So I finally just got all of my parts from Bricklink that I ordered. So check it out. Check it out, guys, because if you saw the stream title, I'm building a mock. What am I building? Oh, well, that's what the live is for. I don't know if I'm going to do it all on live or what my deal will be. Here are all the parts. There's some over there too. But I have organized them just for fun, and so I can easily find stuff. But yeah, so it was like 4 different orders, and then I obviously had some from my collection. Like I had most of the plates. I had like all of the plates and bricks that I needed, but obviously I didn't have over 100 of those. And fireplace, flamethrower. That's a lot of parts. I think it was, I can't remember how many parts it was exactly, but it costed me around just shy of $200, I think, including all the shipping and taxes and everything for the 4 different orders that I needed to make. So it's a pretty hefty mock. Are you ready to? I have it actually pre-designed on stud.io because I'm good at building, but generally if I don't have the parts for it, I get discouraged. So building digitally I'm starting to get better at it, and I would highly recommend that you use a digital building software and get good at it, or get familiar with it so you can. But check it out. I will show you what I'm building. Are you guys ready? I told you I was going to make it bigger. Where is it? I don't have it up here, do I? Wait, do I? No, it's up here. No, wait, no, it's not. I can't remember where I put it. No, it's down here. So you guys remember good old minigun, right? Or the Gatling gun, right? Well, I wanted to always make improvements on it. And I still am going to make a better exact one of this, where it has better colors and maybe, this exact design. However, I want, in my thoughts of upgrading and improving, I decided that I was going to go with it's not a 1-to-1 scale by any means, but it's a hell of a lot bigger than this one is. So check it out. So there's it's battery operated. So if all goes well, it's gonna spin. It's gonna have ammo that feeds through, hopefully. But basically, yeah, that's what we're working with. And this is a handle because it's not. I don't have the handle fully digitally just designed, because I designed that part on in physical form, which is actually here, even though I need to get I have like other colors so I can build this in black. But even if I can't, the goal is that it will be functional and spinning. But if that doesn't work out, because I did, being digitally designed, the weight of it and all the pressure and the way I did design everything with all of that in mind to actually work. And I tried to make it as strong as possible. But again, designing digitally, you can only test your limits so much. But yes, hopefully, yes, thank you, Zarek. How are you doing, by the way? That's insane. And then, I forgot to order the treads, I think. I meant to order treads to put in there. But I guess I'll just have to put in an order for those today. I meant to order the larger version of these treads, but I think I completely spaced on my Bricklink order, so I don't have the ammo actually yet to even feed into it. But so what I'm gonna do, I don't have obviously I've got it designed here in the studio software. This is stud.io, by the way. But I don't have instructions, so basically what I'm gonna do is, and I remember most of how I designed everything, but you gotta remember that it was like a week or 2 ago now, so some of the internals are a bit of a blur to me, because it is very complex. You can't, because I've covered it up right here, but there is this is hollow on the inside, right? All through here, this is designed in a way that there is an entire cavity inside of here. And you can kind of see it from this angle. This is an inside, it goes through right here. This is where the ammo would feed through. And then this is where the Technic axles would go. But there is a little bit of problem solving I need to do as I get it. But that's the battery. This is the motor. You can't see it because I've got it covered with bricks now. But the motor is, there you can kind of see it from this angle. There's a motor right in the middle, dead center, mounted in the back. And then it'll drive an axle that is attached to this, which is basically, it's connected, but it'll be set independently on its own. I wanted to make it functional, so that was the goal. It's a very big challenge, and I have no 100% guarantee if it's going to pan out the way I want it to. But that's kind of I think that's kind of the challenge of mocks sometimes, right? It's going to be tough to even reverse engineer my own work, but I think I should be able to do it. It's a bit tough to remember everything that I designed in here because I have to like kind of take it apart, and I'm going to have to essentially reconstruct everything from the ground up. See, I don't know, there's certain parts on the end that I hope will hold together, but if they don't, it's just like, it might make some parts a complete bust. How many different sellers did you have to use? 4. How do you remember to remake it if it breaks? You don't. Actually, when I'm finished actually building it and it works, then it will make sense, because I can go back and then use this same program to make instructions. So these pieces aren't going to fit together yet, but the way I have it designed, they should stick together by the end. And if the mechanical function doesn't work, I can always either redesign it a little bit to be non-functional and just look cool, or I can try to, you know, go back at it and try to make it work 100% again. I'm using stud.io, or Studio. I mean, I don't know what's the technical correct term. Oh, this should hold better than I thought. I thought all of these were going to be on just a couple of studs, but that should work. See, look. This is what we're doing right now is kind of the front of the barrel. Like this part, if you can see that, we're doing that. I'm starting like at the bottom. Might be hard to tell, but I have to basically reverse engineer my own work. And what I was worried about at first is like, oh, that's probably not going to stack very well because I saw that I have them. Oh, that's perfect. See, I thought that some of these were only going to be hanging on one stud on the edge, but then I remembered that it's actually, these are all on 4. These are connecting 4 studs together, and then these are 2. So it's actually a really steady, it's actually a way sturdier connection than I had thought. That's why I designed it that way, right? I probably at the time was like, I'm a genius, but now I'm like, can't remember my own work even. But it's a 6-barrel minigun, I don't know, or an 8-barrel, I don't know if that's conventional. I don't think it is. I'll show you some of the source material I used that I based it off of, as far as like a real life minigun. And for the most part, oh shoot, I can't make sure I don't use the ones with holes in them. Did I use one? No. Okay. I was like, I've got other ones that have holes in them, but they're for something else. They have a hole in them for a reason. That. I just finished building the 501st Battle Pack. Nice. Hello. Is Oliver, like, is there anything, like, I feel like I hear that name asked about a lot. There's nothing wrong. Like, is that a trick name? It's not like a Candace, right? So, no, you guys wouldn't Candace me, right? You guys wouldn't do that to me? You wouldn't, like, throw a joke at me that I don't understand? You guys are better than that. I know that. No, I'm just kidding. For the most part, I know. I was just messing with you, man. But, you know, there's those jokers out there. Hey, thank you for the kind words. I made an improved speeder in ATRT. Nice. It's always fun to take an existing set and kind of tweak it a little bit to improve it. Or just make it more to your liking. It doesn't necessarily have to be an improvement, you know, over, you know, whatever. It's just, to you, it's better. Oh, music. I feel like this song is always really loud. And then also, I'm going to a different playlist. Okay, so there's that. There we go. Let's see if this part should work, because the further on the end it goes, it needs less and less support, right? Let's just hope that's the case. Oh yeah, see, these ones are only going to be held on by one stud, but it should pan out. See, on this layer, they're held on by less studs. That's what I was worried about. But this is getting towards the like the end of the barrels. Designing this and then waiting for the parts has been a bit of a hyperfixation for me over the last week. I've been very excited to do this and get my mind onto this and off of everything, you know. Are you finishing it today? I don't know if I'll have time. We'll see. It's, you know, it's a lot of repetitive steps, so it's like it's more of the time for me is because I have to unbuild it on my digital software because I didn't make like any actual like instructions. So I kind of have to just like pull it apart within the program, which isn't bad, but because I could pull up obviously the save file to get it again. It's kind of just like reverse engineering your own work after a week of actually doing it. Some of the inner details become foggy in like how you put it together. So basically I'm deconstructing my own work. So here we got another layer of these. Oh, it's going to be like smaller than I thought it was. I always think it's going to be gigantic because in the software you can zoom in and you know, I know how big the parts are, but when you're making something that's a combined version of a lot of parts, you still kind of start to underestimate the scale of it. Like this is, I'm like, oh man, I'm like way more confident that the mechanics, that the spinning mechanic is going to work because like this is super light. Like this is, like this, I know this isn't most of it, but it's still, so far, it's not a lot of, you know, it looks like might be heavy, but it's not that much brick. Okay, so onward and upward. Oh wait, I don't even think I put down middle ones. Hold on. I think I goofed. Or not goofed, but like essentially forgot a piece. Oh god. Brick separator saved me. Yeah, I did. I needed to put pieces in the middle too. I forgot the middle ones. Why didn't you guys tell me that I forgot a piece in my own custom build? How can you guys let me down like that? Why wouldn't you know that I'm messing up my own secret, just announced today, custom build that only I have the schematics for? Jeez, guys, do better. Rick and Morty fan, yo, thank you for the follow. I'm a huge Rick and Morty fan. I'm a Lego, you know, that's like 99.9% of the content I make. But it's not actually Rick and Morty. I'm going to be making some Lego related. If you watch the other show, Solar Opposites, that's on Hulu, it's very similar to Rick and Morty in a very good way, in my opinion. But if you watch that show, I'm going to be making some videos related to that show. And if you watch the show, maybe you know why. Oh, don't forget the middle piece. Now you guys know. Maybe you know, but there's some references in the show that are they're direct Lego references. There's like literal Lego bricks in the show. And it's hilarious the way they reference them, essentially. We are close to the end of this part of the nozzle, or the barrels. I want to use correct terminology. If I use like nozzles or tubes, someone's gonna be like, bro. But I'm like, I want to say they're barrels. That's the correct term for what these would be on a minigun. The barrels. The shooty shoot tubes. The blim blam beams. I don't know. The satisfying part. Ah yes, the blim blam beams. Thank you. Sounds better. It sounds even funnier when someone else says it back. The pew pew poles? I can keep going. Should I have done anything in the middle? Should I have like put anything in the middle, or should I leave the studs open? I didn't order any extra parts for it, but should I have like put it, because I can't put a 4x4 circle. I can put a 2x2 in there. Oh, the end pieces are a little bit loose. At least a couple of them are, because they're really only hanging on by one stud. So these pieces are on the end are a little more delicate, but that's solid. Solid. What are you making? Custom LEGO Minigun. And we are getting our way in to the build. Oh, and I guess I could put the flames on prematurely. I kind of, is like, in my opinion, this is like a save for last kind of thing, but just to show you guys, because you know, some people might not get to see the whole thing. But I did obviously think to so when it's, you know, actually spinning in motion. But for now, I don't need those on there because they're just going to get in my way. He finished the Blim Blam beam so far. Actually, I haven't even finished the Blim Blam beams. It's only half of the Blim Blam beams. I've actually got to do the next part. There. Have you designed this yourself? Yes, 100%. It's kind of a mess now because I'm taking it apart to rebuild it in the program. But I did design it 100, like I've still got the base. Like I'm actually just about to take off a bunch of stuff. Because I'm just taking off the stuff that I've built already. And then I'm basically going down through the build again to rebuild it and reconstruct what I have in my head. Because, wow, very clever. Thank you. So, and then once I successfully build the whole thing, then what I'm going to do is go back in the program and make actual instructions so that way other people can order the pieces and build it themselves. Hand is still about the same size. So check it out. What I'm doing is deconstructing it. So really right now is the tough part because right here is where we start to get to the like connecting the base to where it's going to rotate. So we're gonna need 4 and then how many of these? Okay, so it's just 1 of those. And you can see this, that's the spinny disc right there. Let's see if I can get this bottom piece to connect. This is gonna be rough. Okay, so I got that. The piece that I just pulled off in the program right there is the piece I just put on here. You see how I'm kind of reverse building it? So every time I take off a piece, I use it and kind of put it on essentially upside down. But here's where it's gonna get a little tricky because I'm on essentially the part that moves. And the next thing I need to do is add these. So now I've got that going for me. Oh, I think I'm just gonna take these 4 pieces off. Because as you can see, they're only held on by this stud, as where these ones are at least held on by 2. And I keep knocking them off with my hand every time I move it around, and it's frustrating. What I need to connect next, probably, is this, which is what's going to hopefully support the entire weight. Oh, it does, pretty much. Yeah, look. If I hold it at a 90-degree angle, but it does obviously have pressure kind of resisting it. Okay, we'll go back to this angle. All right, so this starts with one of these. But we're building an epic mock. It's like the first ever really large scale, longly thought out mock that I've ever done. I'm not sure how that sits in there again. kind of see what's going on here. Okay, cool. That sits there. Okay, so this is the seat. This is the design of this looks very basic, but it is very, very well thought out. So that this little spinny can hopefully go right into here. And let's see. Press down. It's hard to tell whether the studs are going to be connected or not. Or like, because they're all inside, and once they're in there, I can't see them anymore. But holy crap, guys. Look at that. Check it out. It is a little friction-y, right? It's got some friction. But I was worried about the weight. And no, dude. Not even close to being too much weight. I'm so happy. The barrel's about as tall as my head. So, and those damn tip pieces. Every time I touch one, they just fall off, which, again, that's the part that I'm worried about least, being super strong. Onward and upward even more. So, let's keep it going. This design right here, it's going to be repeated and then also slightly modified going down the body to, as you'll see, to allow for certain parts like this to be integrated into the body. I don't know if I needed these extra ones for the inside, but I wanted to make sure that this thing was sturdy. The inside got super buffed with circles, and it works perfectly because these octagonal, whatever you want to call them, pieces work perfectly because if you put a corner and then a 2 and then a corner and then a 2, it makes like a squarish circle or a circlish square. I don't really know how to go, which direction to go there. But this is going to then go, I guess it doesn't matter which particular way I put it right now. Now this is just going to go right onto the stack. That's all. This is a pretty, it's repetitive, but like I said, each one of these little modules or layers to the body, some of them, most of them are actually one base model, and then some of them are different where they have pieces integrated into them. So as you can see, we're starting to build the body. I had to go get some of these. Oh. They're eventually going to attach one of the side attachments to the thingy. Is it gonna spin? Not only that, I mean, obviously I'm not finished, so I have to spin it with my hand at the moment. There is plans, and it is designed so that there will be a motor inside, and it will spin on its own. So that's that whole layer done. Another piece to the body. And I'm about to put on another layer, which has another one of these worked in, which is going to hold the ammo drum, essentially. I don't know if it's in the ammo drum, but it's the big drum on the side of most miniguns that I saw in my concepts that I used. Okay, so that's on there now, and that holds on those pieces wonderfully. You don't want to go crazy with it, but this is where, hey, Lego, that's perfect. This is where the Lego is gonna go. Now, this is where the, I forgot to order them, damn it. But they're basically these treads. It's basically these, but the bigger version. And what's gonna happen is, not only is this gonna spin, right? But the axle on the inside is also, I guess it could take this as ammo. I don't need the bigger ones, but I guess this could work. But it's gonna basically take this and feed it through as it spins, so it looks like it's shooting and feeding at the same time. That's the overall mechanical goal. Yeah, so it's basically my other smaller minigun that I've posted about before. But I've jet blacked it and maybe turned up the size a little bit. I don't know. As you can see, the whole body is made up of these modules, but different layers are made up differently. Like some of them have one of these worked in, because each level of this build needs essentially a different, it has a different purpose, I guess. Here's this is the motor mount section. Perfect. It's exactly tight of a build as I wanted it, or as tight of a squeeze as I wanted it to be in there. It's on a snot brick, so check it out. It's gonna go on like this, and then as you can see, it's gonna like hug it just a little bit, so that way if it does move, it does have some bit of a brace to prevent it. But there, I fixed it. And then snap that on, and we've got our motor mounted. See, this is really complicated. Oh, it's not going anywhere. Let's go. Look at that. I'm trying to get it out. Like, there's no way that piece is, there's no way that this isn't gonna work the way I planned. Whoo, I'm so excited. That makes me happy. I guess I could move this up a piece, but I wanted it centered, to be honest. If it's centered, it'll be more sturdy. So this is now mounted in there like this. And as you can see, it is, yep, just like it looks like in the program. This is perfectly centered. So that is huge, the fact that I was able to accomplish that successfully in a program. So for everybody wondering what the finished product is gonna look like, this is the finished product. I just had to re-pull it up because I've been pulling it apart to rebuild it. So that's like that, and then okay guys, it's kind of time to see if I can get this thing to spin. So without any further ado, we'll do that. Take that off for now. And then we've got our 16 long axle. I'm gonna feed it right into there, and then I think it might just be long enough to reach as long as I need it to. I got the motor connected. Are you guys ready? We're gonna just try it standing up first, because that'll be the easier way for it to spin. But are you guys ready for this? Here, this is exciting. This is exciting. I have no idea if it's gonna work or not. I mean, I have a good idea, but I have no guarantee. Everybody, we're about to see, it's not finished yet, but oh my gosh, 100 viewers, okay, are you ready? Let's try it facing up first. I could not make it shoot, there'd be no way. Pieces literally, it spins so fast that the top, I need to glue those on. I don't even care. Oh my God. That's exactly what I wanted it to do. That was absolutely an insane first test run. It's sideways, right? Oh my God, it works about 30 times better than I even imagined it would. All the nozzles aren't on, but I don't even need to put, are you kidding me? That works so much better than I was hoping. I can't even believe that. I'm so thrilled with myself right now. You guys have no idea. It goes right here. Okay. There we go. Perfect. Okay, and see that? But there's a hole that goes through the side, and you can see the axle, right? Well, the reason is it's going to have something that's going to feed the ammo through it. Hopefully it'll work out that way. It's not complete yet. I still have to add a holding bar, a drum, and a scope just for fun. And then the minigun will be complete. I can't believe it worked out exactly how I wanted it to. Like, I cannot believe that it worked out that freaking well. And it's going to have a switch too. So this, I won't actually activate it with this. In the end, it'll have like a switch integrated into the handle right here. So I'll just flip a switch here and then it'll start. I think that's way cooler than having to like fiddle with it down here. But I obviously had to mount this somewhere. And I was thinking about putting it inside of something so it would be covered up, but that was a task. But I cannot believe that I brought this to life in like 2 hours. And we have one scope. So this is designed to go right here. It kind of just clips right into the side. I could have made it at a different, I guess I could still change the angle. Let me see what other angles I have. What is that, a number 5? Let's try it with number 4 angles, which are wider. Now, there, that's a little better. Before it was like hugging the gun, I just changed the angle they were at. So what I'm going to do here is just take it and put it here. So I'm doing 1x1 studs here, 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 and normally here. So you can see this build to keep the structure of this. I filled it with studs, but here I need this piece to connect to the body. So what I'm doing is I'm just connecting it at an angle, and it fits. It fits perfectly. That's not illegal or anything. It's just a very unique angle. So that's going to stick out, and now when I go through and put the next layer on, oh wait, unless, yeah, that works. So now check it out. So now it's going to get pinned perfectly by these 2 bricks. It's going to stick out a little bit in the middle, sure, but you can't see that from the outside of the build whatsoever, so we don't care about that as long as the functional little toe piece is sticking out. That's all we care about, because that's what's going to attach it to the body of the main piece. This is sick. Thank you. Almost done. Did I get that right? Oh yeah, perfect. So, now, why did I put those in? Well, because on the side of the gun. Look at what we have here. We have a ready-to-go, very satisfying connection that is perfectly spaced and planned. And now we can attach the drum, which can swivel to varying degrees. You can put it up, put it down, whichever kind of suits the look better. I am going to have to let, probably up, if anything, or just straight to the side or slight angle, because I need the ammo to feed up and in here. It's still not even finished yet, but we're getting there. I've got to build this thing in black though, and I'm also, I actually got to test out and see how this is going to attach real quick, because I wasn't 100% sure actually. Okay. All right, boys and girls. This thing is 100% finished. Motor in the back, battery at the bottom, switch on the handle so that way I can just turn the, like, cause this is like now the battery's on. You can see the light, I think. Yeah, you can see the little light is on, but it's not moving until I actually hit the switch, or it looks like, you know, I can make it look like it's when I hit the button, the big red button. I can't hold it by this thing. I wanted to be able to, but it's kind of weak. I can't really get it to work. Room is clear. I am thoroughly pleased with myself. Alright, real quick before the end of the video, I just wanted to say real quick, thank you guys so much for watching. This was my first ever really large scale planned out mock, and it turned out really great. There's no guaranteed timeline yet, but I do intend to make instructions for this and then have them available on Rebrickable eventually. But otherwise, stay tuned because I plan on doing at least one more YouTube video on the minigun and then several TikToks, so I will see you guys and thank you.